snapping twigs can be heard in the background of a quiet woodland. There is a rustle in the bushes, and someone's coming closer. With each stride, the woods come to life and form a guard before one of the largest monsters the world has ever seen. Bears come in 8 different varieties. 4 of the 7 continents have bear populations. Brown bears and polar bears both inhabit these continents, as well as Europe and Asia. Aside from North America, the only place you'll find an American black bear is in a zoo. Additionally, Asia is an exceptional habitat of the sloth, panda, sun, and Asiatic or moon bear. There is a broad spectrum of bear sizes. The sun bear, the smallest of the bears, can reach a maximum length of 5 feet and a weight of 150 pounds in males. Polar bears by far are the largest species of bear. Males can grow to be as tall as 8 feet on average and as heavy as 1,600 pounds, making them more than 10 times as large as the sun bear. Bears, despite their bulk, have been clocked at sprinting speeds of up to 40 miles per hour, which is nearly twice as fast as the world's fastest human. Bears in general eat everything. Most bear species are omnivores, but the polar bear is an exception due to its diet of mostly fish and seals. Pandas, in instance, have a diet consisting almost entirely of bamboo. It's more common to find seeds and berries in a black or brown bear's diet, in addition to carrion, small animals, and salmon. On top of that, honey is one of nature's sweetest pleasures, and many bears adore it. They may even eat the bees and their young if they manage to break into the hives. Twins are common in a bear family. While a single bear mother can have up to 5 cubs in a single litter, more often than not, she will only have 2. Cub bears are tiny when they're first born. A newborn panda may only weigh 1/10 of a pound at birth. The newborn polar bear weighs only approximately 1.5 pounds despite its massive adult size. Bear cubs typically stay with their mothers for 18 to 24 months. During this phase, the mother cub feeds their babies and teaches them survival skills. It's not easy for humans to coexist with bears. Bears have been revered and feared by humans for the vast majority of recorded history. Bears play an important role in the religions of some nations. In contrast, bears were commonly used as street entertainment in Europe and Asia during the Middle Ages, before making their way into shows and circuses in later centuries. The use of bears and other wild animals in shows is becoming increasingly illegal, and this threat is being addressed. The sight of such a massive bear inspires nothing short of awe in any observer. Even though this beast has the potential to be extremely powerful, there is still much work to be done to ensure its survival in the modern world. More about polar bears. White fur does not exist on polar bears. The fur is truly see-through, and it has 2 distinct layers: a fluffy, dense undercoat and a more rigid, hollow guard hair layer. Underneath this white fur, polar bears have a dark skin. The air gaps in each hair spread all colours. The polar bear's black skin absorbs the sun's heat and warms the bear's body because the fur is transparent. Polar bears are also excellent swimmers because they have adapted a narrow skull and a long flexible neck. These features help them to streamline their bodies in the water and give them the reach and flexibility they need to bring their noses up for air. The polar bear's massive flat front paws can measure up to 12 inches in width. The polar bear is the largest land carnivore. Adults can reach heights of 8 feet and weigh over 1,760 pounds, dwarfing the second largest land predator, the Kodiak brown bear, by several hundred pounds. Due to their enormous size, polar bears have no natural predators other than humans, which means they can kill massive, powerful creatures like walruses and beluga whales. All Arctic countries such as Russia, Greenland, Norway and the United States are home to polar bears, but Canada is home to as many as 80% of the world's polar bears. While polar bears are not currently endangered, climate change and rising ocean temperatures pose a threat to their future survival. Polar bears have been known to travel to islands and coastlines in search of food, but they typically live directly on sea ice and can be found between land masses. The Arctic North is a harsh environment, but polar bears have adapted to the sub-zero temperatures and powerful currents by developing transparent fur, excellent swimming ability, and large bodies. More about giant panda. The huge panda is perhaps the best example of the adage, "You are what you eat." Bamboo is essential to a panda's survival in practically every way. It's no secret that enormous pandas have an insatiable appetite. To learn why pandas spend almost half their day eating, it is necessary to examine their diet in detail. A panda's digestive system is more closely related to that of a carnivore than a herbivore, which explains why a panda does not digest plants very well. Despite this, a panda's diet consists of 99% bamboo, a giant woody grass that is very poor in nutritional source, low in protein and high in fibre that pandas can't digest well. Since pandas don't digest bamboo very well, they pass a lot of it as excrement, which naturally contains a lot of undigested bamboo particles, which explains why pandas rest and poop when they aren't eating. The average panda produces almost 40 pounds of waste every day from its feces, which it releases over 100 times a day. To make up for their low energy intake, pandas spend a lot of time sleeping and even pooping in their sleep. Baby giant pandas are born blind, helpless and weighing only 5 ounces, or around 1,000th the size of their mum of all placental mammals, due to their inadequate diet. When compared to their mothers, panda cubs are the tiniest of any mammals. The mother's food plays a role in this, as does her low metabolism. The panda mother's low blood oxygen level helps her kid acquire enough oxygen while it's still developing outside of the womb. Once again, a panda's black and white fur may serve as camouflage, and its food can shed light on this mystery. The panda's black and white pattern may reflect a compromise between its inability to store enough fat to hibernate like other bears, and it needs to consume bamboo constantly throughout the year. They may hide in plain sight in the snow thanks to their white fur, or in the shadows of the forest with their black fur. While pandas may have depended more heavily on their camouflage skills in the past when they lived in a larger range and faced a greater number of predators, the loss of bamboo habitat is now the greatest threat to pandas. An estimated 1,850 giant pandas exist in the wild in China, a 17% increase from a decade ago. Despite this encouraging news, giant pandas nevertheless face serious dangers related closely to their food source. Human activity has pushed pandas into small, fragmented mountain zones where they have less access to bamboo. And climate change is expected to wipe out 1/3 of their bamboo habitat by the turn of the century. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed watching, so please give me thumbs up. Share it with your friends, and I hope I'll see you with the next video.